It's great having you with me for this week of family fun on Paint a Beautiful Picture. Today's episode is Fun Facts. Tell me how much you know about your kid. Do you know her favorite ice cream flavor? Do you know her favorite color? Do you know her favorite superhero? Do you know her favorite movie? Do you know her favorite song? Do you know her favorite group? What do you know? How much do your kids know about you? Do they know about your first date? Do they know about your first kiss? Do they know things about your wedding? Do they know about the day they were born? Do they know about the days that their brothers and sisters were born? Believe it or not, this is one of life's greatest joys, and that is exploring who the people that you love the most really are. It's a, it's a really astounding journey. So I want you to aim, first of all, to learn the fun facts about your own family. That means maybe you'll have a day where you celebrate one of your kids, not their birthday, just a random day, and say, on this family fun night, we're going to learn all the facts that we can about Melissa or about Daniel. And so you can tell us whatever you think is the most fun about you. And then we're going to ask you questions and we're going to learn all about you and demonstrate to you how much you mean to us, how important your life to us is, and how committed we are to knowing about you and understanding you better. Believe it or not, this is a really fun exercise. What's amazing is about every 4 or 5 years, you can do this again because a lot changes with a kid between the time she's 5 and when she's 10 and when she's 15 and when she's 20. But there are so many other fun things to know. I had a son who loved to do riddles and limericks when he was a kid. We regularly went to the library. That was extremely fun for us, a minimum of once a week, sometimes more often. At our library, especially the one in Wisconsin, they would have folk singers and puppet shows and storytellers that would come in and, I mean, really tell some whoppers, and it was hilarious. So we went to all kinds of things together because that was fun for us. It was pretty adventuresome. And you know what? In doing all of that, my son discovered that he loved to tell jokes and riddles, and he would get these crazy books and read them to us and study up and get really good at delivering a joke and especially the punchline. It was very fun. Well, it kind of graduated into us liking fun facts. Now, in the old days, they were harder to find. Nowadays, on the internet, you can find them. You might have a child who's particularly interested in this vein, and if you do, encourage this child's discovery of fun things and also the sharing of them so that your whole entire family gets better at learning fun facts. So, I'm going to give you a couple possibilities, and then you can take this ball and run with it. You can give this to your child who likes to do this the most, however, this goes. Things like, what was the biggest cat that there ever was? And I don't mean the prehistoric ones. I'm talking about nowadays. I hate to tell you, I love to look at the 10 biggest cats in the planet, and a couple of them were nowhere near as big as my cat, and some of them were so fat they couldn't even walk, which I thought was a tragedy. So I just want you to know that when you look at fun facts, you might not have everything that you ever needed to know in front of you. You have the limitations of what the internet's going to tell you, and still, it's pretty fun. So you look at who's the most energetic dog, or who has the longest hair, or there are just so many fun facts. Who has the longest fingernails? Who has the longest toenails? Oh, some of these things you look at, they're not only fun, they're kind of gross, but they're extremely interesting. So at least maybe, we'll say one family night a month. Let it be a fun fact sharing night for a few minutes. And this is the coolest thing I learned this week or this month that I thought was pretty fun. So I'm going to share it with all you guys. And some people might not have the same definition of what's cool or what's interesting, or that's okay. All of you are sharing together. You know what's really interesting too? You're seeking for something to find that you can share with others that you care about. There's really something very beautiful and cohesive in this process of finding fun facts. There is an element of this that compelled my sons and I to go to museums, and we just learned so much. Oh my gracious, let me tell you. And zoos, and a lot of times I would have the kids participate in behind the scenes things in order that they could learn more. So we went to SeaWorld and we did the behind the scenes tour. We learned a lot about the psychology of training orcas and dolphins. One time we went to the penguins and we did a behind the scenes tour there, and in Detroit at the Detroit Zoological Society. We learned a lot about penguins. Penguins are fascinating little things. Oh my gracious me. Um, get yourself into a situation where you're talking to someone who has a lot of archaeological knowledge. You'll find so many fun things. The study of Tutankhamun, or King Tut, as we would know him today, is really astounding. So you can go to things like the Detroit Institute of Arts and see mummies, true mummies right out of Egypt, and some replicas of certain things that were uncovered in the tombs. All I'm telling you is the world is full of amazing, interesting facts in so many different areas, and you need to make it a goal in your family to have fun sharing facts, learning facts, discovering the facts about each other. This is a great opportunity for your family to have fun with one another. I hope that you have fun exploring who each one of you are and discovering new things together. It's been fun having you with me today on Paint a Beautiful Picture. You may find additional information on our paintabeautifulpicture.com website. Additionally, you may watch me on Rumble, and you may also listen to a podcast on Buzzsprout or Spreaker, all under the name Paint a Beautiful Picture. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. You may subscribe, and if you are interested in receiving notifications, please hit the notifications button.